Hi YouTube, my name is Giovanna and welcome to my channel. I'm so happy that you're here. This is my first official video upload and I am super excited but also really scared. This video is an introduction for my channel for anybody who visits to get to know me as a person, as an artist, as a student. Before we get into Jovi the artist, I kind of want to talk about Jovi the person. So I enjoy other things besides art. I enjoy Star Wars, I enjoy D&D, I enjoy Magic the Gathering, I enjoy yoga. I also cosplay a little bit. I'm still a baby cosplayer, I'm trying my best. Referring to Jovanna as the artist, my art is heavily influenced by scientific things as well as education and activism. My work tries to communicate a sense of curiosity and understanding of the natural world and our place within it. Through my art, I hope to bridge the gap between the arts and sciences. I hope that it offers a unique perspective and starts the conversation on these different topics. So I think we'll kind of rewind and kind of get back to me when I was younger and how I sort of ended up here. Since I was little, I was always a really creative kid. When I decided to be an artist, it just kind of felt right. But I did have my troubles because of the stigma of the starving artist. When I started my associate's degree, I did go in as a studio arts major, but about a year or so in, then I switched my major to geography, which is funny because I confuse geography and geology. So when I was in the geography classes, I was so confused. I was like, hey, where are all the rocks? Why are there so many maps everywhere? But I really did enjoy the classes. I enjoyed science. It kind of itched this part of my brain. But then about a semester or two in, I did end up switching back to art. And I think that's just because art is my passion. When I was in these science classes, yes, I really enjoyed it, but I was missing the component of being hands-on and being creative in these science courses. So that's why I ended up going back. As I went into a 4-year university, I did transfer in as studio art, but I added geology as my minor, and that's what I stuck with until I graduated. And I graduated this spring semester 2024, and I am lucky enough to be accepted to come back to my alma mater, CSUSB, to start my master's in the fall of 2024. So I'll be there another 3 years. When it comes to my creative process, I am still kind of fine-tuning it. I'll usually start off with a subject or idea in mind and then go from there. If not, what I'll do is that I'll research all these different things with the subject in mind and see where that kind of takes me on this little adventure. As I'm researching, usually my brain will kind of think of all these different things of, hey, this is the idea, how would that look if I did it this way? How would it look if I did it this way? I'm kind of experimenting in my brain of all these different ideas as I'm researching. So from there, then I'll start planning my piece. This will usually start with a sketch in my notebook, kind of fine-tuning it, and then from there, sometimes I'll make a mini model to kind of help me visualize this idea from brain to physical. As I'm researching, I'm also kind of becoming a mini expert in the topic that I've decided to do my piece on. I do this because I really enjoy the science, I really enjoy the knowledge behind pieces of art, but also because I want my work to be scientifically accurate as I possibly can make it. This first 2 steps actually takes a few weeks to get done because it's research for a little while, sketching, model. It's the foundation of my work, and so it does take a little while to kind of get through all these steps. Once it comes to the final piece, then it's kind of figuring out, okay, what materials do I want to use? I did take classes experimenting with ceramics, painting, sculpture, all these different stuff, but I feel that me as activist type individual, I feel guilty for using these types of materials that are not recyclable. And so myself, right now, I'm experimenting with different mediums to see what it is that I'm comfortable with. Lately, I've been using a mixture of joint compound, paper mache, cardboard, wire. And I use all these because they're, for one, easily accessible, and then 2, most of them are recyclable. The subject or the theme always stays the same within all of my works of art. It's always scientifically driven, science topic, that type of thing. But the way that I present this piece usually changes. And for me, that's just because I get kind of bored when it comes to doing the same thing over and over again. I also really enjoy my work to be a little bit on the bigger side, and I think that's just because being a little kid, I used to go to museums, and I just love these giant pieces that you get to look at, and you're just in awe of these works. And so a lot of my stuff I think is a little bit on the bigger side. I would love to work in museums one day and create models, so that sounds really cool if you want to hit me up. Next, I want to share my 5-year plan as an artist, as an entrepreneur, as a content creator. Cross my fingers, I'll be able to come back to my alma mater and be an art professor, or hopefully be a professor someplace else, because you do need to at least have a master's to be a professor. So hopefully I'll be able to take on that as a job. But on the side, I do want to be doing other things. I hope to also be supporting myself through content creation, through products, through all these other things that I still don't even know yet. In those 5 years, I hope to also cultivate some kind of community of other people who are interested in art the way that I'm interested in art. When it comes to this YouTube channel, and I think the content creation, my plan is to share my art, but also share the things that I've learned as a student. I want to do this because I know that I'm in a position where I am lucky enough to be able to pursue my education, and so I just want to share everything that I've learned. I'm willing to take the L of having to take out student loans so that way I can help everyone else. I also want to share any art, science, professional resources. I started doing research on this profession back in the pandemic because I knew that I wanted to be an artist, I knew that I wanted to be a scientist, but I didn't know how to bring these two things together, right? I really want to share the steps that I have taken. I also want to share my life as an artist and how I plan to become financially independent. I think this is an important thing for me to do because I'm just starting out, and I'm sure there's a ton of people who may be a few steps behind me. And so I think because I can easily reflect on the steps that I just took, I can help others. And finally, I just want to document all the fun things that I'm going to be doing in my master's. I am so incredibly grateful to be in this position. You have no idea. And I want to document all of it because these are going to be my memories. There may be other things going on in this channel. I'm going to see where we go. I'm going to see where this takes me and how this is going to grow, how this is going to change. So I hope that you'll stick with me and you'll want to figure all this out together. I appreciate you for staying till the end of the video. If you'd like to follow along, go ahead and subscribe, like, comment. I love to get to know anybody who's interested in the same things that I'm interested in. Like I said, I want to build a community. If you'd like to follow me on other social medias, my link tree is in my bio. So stick around and come with me along this journey and let's see what happens. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next one.